Hello. In this episode, we're going to be turning the boat over. We're going to be working on the underside of the hull. We're going to be planting some oaks. But above all, we've got a real treat in store for you because we've come to Lyme Regis and we're going to be visiting the Boatbuilding Academy and Furniture School. If you've ever dreamed of building a boat, then you might want to stick around. Can you be a bit careful with the floor there? Don't want to scratch it. This isn't so much removing the strong back as a very slow caesarean section.
You've become more mystical about this boat as time has gone on.
Can't believe I've done that. How stupid is that? Right, so there I've really messed up. Horribly messed up. That's horrible. So there it is. This really horrible gash that I made after a moment's lack of concentration. It looks pretty horrible. It's probably going to spend most of its time in the water. Unfortunately, the painted water line comes in here, not there, so it's not going to be painted over. It will be oiled over, etc. And I had a real moral dilemma, because it would be very easy to just not film that and pretend it didn't happen. Or maybe I could just, with the wonders of film editing, just get rid of it like that. And nobody would ever know. But the thing is that I'll know it's there. And it's a reminder to myself that I've still got a lot to learn. I'm not a proper boat builder yet. So this is pretty much boat building heaven. A workshop with 5 or 6 amazing boats under construction, filled with enthusiastic students who are working on each other's projects, sharing their ideas and spending an entire year talking about nothing but boats.
The flagship course really is this 40-week boat building course that you see going on around me here. And it's a course that's all about professional training. The first half of the course is about an acquisition of skills, joinery, planking, lofting, preparing for building the boats. The second half of the course, the students are continuing their professional development through building boats from start to finish, trying to give the students the widest range of skills in order to go into the industry as well prepared as possible. There's a boat here to my left, which is a ferry boat from Loo that was built in the early 70s. It's a restoration, so one of the students has commissioned it and taken it on as a project. So the students are all working together to restore it. It needs quite a bit of work. It's part of the keel's been removed and replaced, and the stem's been out and replaced. Lots of planks are becoming new as they come up from their keel up. The rib cage, the timbers have all been replaced. The engine is currently being serviced and will be going in again at some point, and then the full fit out will all be done. So it's a great insight into the world of restoration.
There's a glued carvel American catboat which is being built upside down because it's being glued. If it was mechanically fastened, we'd be building it the right way up. And then there is a little reeva. It's the smallest reeva ever made. It's called a scoiattolo, which is Italian for squirrel, and it's an outboard powered reeva. It's the only outboard powered reeva ever made. And then over in the far corner we have a plywood. It's probably best described as a camp cruiser. So it's a very small, light, I think it's 14 foot. And Ginny, who's the student who's commissioning it, is an experienced dinghy cruiser. So knows what she wants and what's about, which is great. It's always nice when you have a commissioning student who's kind of decisive and know what they want.
Project planning is an important part of the process because it's an important part of the industry. So the students are thinking about the progress and the process all the way through, right through to completion. So they're thinking, right, 10 weeks ahead of launch day, we need to be fully planked up, we need to be starting the fit out, we need to have lots of off-boat things going on like rudders and centreboards and masts, and we need to have everything ordered. So they try to be as organised as possible, but inevitably, towards the end, the time is coming up fast. It's that ground rush effect, and they are working late. They're doing late nights and sometimes weekends, often weekends, in order to get that thing done. But that deadline, that launch day acts as a real sort of, gives them a commercial awareness. But you get this incredible sense of collective responsibility to get those boats finished on time.
We try and have a mix of construction types, we try and have a mix of propulsion systems, and we try and have a mix of hull form as well. So some long thin ones and some short fat ones is always nice, you know, kind of fast ones and slow ones and so on.
Yeah, so we have a whole range of courses, from a 2-day weekend woodwork course right through to loads of 5-day courses in woodwork, joinery, boat restoration, traditional boat building, modern boat building, sail making, trad sail making, it goes on and on. Furniture restoration is very popular. We also run a 12-week course in furniture making and design, so there's something for everybody really. And the other thing that's worth noting is that you mentioned the time being a factor, but the money can be a factor as well. But as a charity, we raise funds in order to help people come on the courses who otherwise couldn't afford it. And that's a big deal for us to be able to help wherever we can to make it more accessible for everybody. And I think that's what gives the place such a vibrancy, is the fact you get school leavers, career changers, career developers as well, and some people in retirement, and from all walks of life.
I came here as a student in 1999, and I came as a sabbatical just because I needed a break from what I was doing. But I enjoyed it so much and discovered actually, I thought I'd be shit at it, but I discovered I was okay at it. And but towards the end I thought, well, maybe I'll see if there is some work, because I love this. And I got a job. I left it till very late in the course, and I inquired of the one boatyard near me in Poole that was a kind of proper old traditional boatyard, and they kind of more or less said, they said, have you got your own tools? So I lied and said I had, and rapidly went shopping for what I knew was the bare minimum, and I started there a week after I graduated from here, and I worked there for 6 years. It was great.
Well, they should go on the website first and foremost, have a look at what we do, have a look at some of the videos we've made, and then get in touch. Give us a call and we can talk about 12-week and 40-week courses. You can come down for an interview, spend some time here, meeting staff, meeting students, understanding what it's all about to be here. If you want to book a short course, you can do it online. You can do that on the website. But if it's the longer courses, come and talk to us and we'll tell you more about what happens. These 4 boats being worked on here in the workshop by the 16 students will be launched on the 4th of June at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You're all welcome. We'll start here at the Academy, we'll wheel down to the harbour, we'll launch them all, there'll be champagne, the Mayor will make a speech, I'll make a speech, it'll be an exciting day. So yeah, please come along to join us for that day. Yes. We do actually have an open day coming up on the 27th of April, so all are welcome to that, so please come along.
This episode is going to be called Connor Paints the Boat. And it's going to be one of those
like
slow films, you know. And the sequel is going to be called The Paint Dries.
So I
I'm
reckon
actually very pissed off.
about,
Well, there's this beautiful oak
I know, getting painted with.
and this lovely finish on this tin.
I know. Oh, I know.
Painting it, for God's sake. Lovely. These are the oaks, and you've got to try and dig them up so you get the root as deep as you possibly can. And it's amazing, isn't it, how much work is going on underneath what you can see. So you can see that the root is actually much longer than the trunk of the tree. So we're going to dig these up, and then we're going to store them in a kind of plastic bag overnight with a bit of water, and hopefully they should be fine for planting first thing tomorrow morning. There's about 20 so far. There will be 100, and what you're looking at there is the beginnings of a decent woodland, a bit of forest.
Well, we've got a variety of oaks and sweet chestnut, so we're going to plant them not in lines but fairly randomly along here. The whole sort of idea of the planting as we are is to entice some sort of wildlife back into the woodland. It's fairly much a monoculture at the moment. Well, as you can see, the first thing to note is where it's been planted for production. They've been planted very close together, and as they grow the canopy covers over, and when the canopy covers over it just makes the interior of the forest just totally dark, so nothing grows. It's a total monoculture, and that's beneficial if you're planting the trees for production because they're not competing against anything. But if you want to manage the woodland in terms of wildlife, or make a sort of diverse culture of flora, really what you need is lots of light. So we're taking away the conifers bit by bit and planting with broadleaves, and hopefully restoring the woodland to some sort of English type woodland. That's better. So the tree is now protected from deer, and also the tree shelters create a microclimate for the tree to be able to grow as quickly as possible. It should be good now until we check it next year.
Well, that's the end of a good day's work. A whole load of trees planted. And somehow that feels like a really optimistic thing to be doing. We're in the late winter. We can look forward to spring, but also we can look forward to those trees growing. Who knows? Maybe in 90 to 100 years, somebody really will be using these trees to make a lovely keel or lovely planks or lovely timbers for their wooden boat. So Connor, what are you doing?
I'm crushing this perfectly good 22mm copper pipe.
Are you doing some plumbing?
No, I'm making it into a flat strip to put along the keel of the boat.
I believe it's called a shoe.
Well, whatever it's called, I don't know. One man's shoes, another man's flat strip.
Oh, I know, I've done that wrong.
You should have done the other side.
Should have done the other side.
Can we flip it upside down?
Yeah.
And then consider it done then?
Ah, that's hot.
Never!
Hot. Yeah, well,
Never!
I can't recommend highly enough the Boat Building Academy and Furniture School at Lyme Regis. It's an absolutely fantastic place. I've done two of their short courses there myself, and they have been invaluable in this project, but also they've been 2 really amazing weeks in which I've learned a huge amount. So if you get a chance, do check out their website. Well, we're pretty nearly there now. Next time we're going to be making the mast, we're going to be fitting out the inside of the hull, we're going to be finding out quite a bit about the history of our boat's mother, and above all we're going to be getting ready for, dare I say it, the launch.